Hey, welcome back to Discipleship Academy. I hope you're enjoying what you're learning, and I hope you're ready to dig into the next module that we have for you. This is sort of a part two to the introduction to spiritual gifts. If you picked up the last one, then you got an introduction of the tie, that the thread that holds the spiritual gifts together in a believer's life and in the operation of them, and a quick overview of what some of the spiritual gifts are that we will study in this next unit. But there's one more little piece to this that I think is so important before you even begin to explore spiritual gifts, and that's understanding why God gives them and how they work in concert with other spiritual gifts in other people. Nobody has all of the gifts. Some only have a few, some only have one, some only have two. But neither that doesn't mean somebody is better than you. And so this next lesson is focused on how God makes all of these gifts work together. I liken it to this. Years back, I had an old sewing machine. My grandmother gave it to me, and I loved it. It had all kinds of special stitches and everything that you could do. And I had young children, and it was very handy to have that sewing machine. The thing about that sewing machine was, though, that if it didn't get oiled, it would jam. In other words, I would be pushing the material through the needle, and I would start hearing it go, "Brr, brr, brr." And when it went, the needle would slow down, and sometimes it would cause a knot to occur in the middle of the seam. It would be very frustrating. And I would try to push my way through it anyhow. But the bottom line was, I always discovered that what I really needed was to pull out a little bottle of machine oil and oil the machine. When I oiled the machine, it worked so much better. Another way to look at it is maybe that bicycle that you had as a child. And if you didn't keep the chain greased and you didn't keep the oil in that chain, eventually that chain would rust and it would not go around the cogs. It would not go around like it was supposed to. And it would lock, or it would pop off, or it just wouldn't work. And until you got that oil or that grease back on the chain, it wasn't going to do you any good. You didn't have pedals that would move. All you had was a bicycle that would coast, and sometimes it wouldn't even do that. So I liken these things to the way God expects us as believers to operate in the church. Everything that we have been given by God, God intends for it to work for the uplifting and building of his people, for the expansion of his gospel. And unless we learn how to operate in that smooth moving, well-oiled machine mode, we will never be fully functional and operational as an individual or even as a church. So this next little short lesson is talking about just that, how God works in and among the gifts, how the gifts work together, and how we have to get into that groove, how we have to be a part of that well-oiled machine. Click the link below, the email address, and request your copy for this module, and we will get it out to you as quickly as possible. And don't hesitate if you have any questions about anything that you've been studying, or if you just want to share something that you learned, an insight, feel free to put that in your email when you make your request, and I will engage with you. I will email you back. So please, please, please keep on enjoying. Take your time. Make sure you understand what you're reading. It's not about getting to this better or faster than anybody else. Also remember, your answer is the right answer because God gives you that answer for you. So click the link below. Until next time, God bless you. God keep you. Until next time, amen.